What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Shino I. Go back here. Like, well, no, what's poppin' though? Today I have a brand new lock that I want to introduce to you guys. This lock was a personal lock that I made up with a combination of an egg lock. It kind of reminded me of an egg lock, so that's why I wanted to push this idea a little bit more. That way I get more interaction with you guys, similar to what we be doing with the egg locks, and we get to bond a little bit more. Because I know in the last egg lock I didn't get to use everybody's Pokemon. Now in this version of my lock, I will try to get around to using everybody's Pokemon. But without further ado, I'm gonna basically explain to you what a PokenatiLocke is. This PokenatiLocke will be taking place in Pokemon Blaze Black 2. So you guys get ready for that. I'm so amped to be bringing this to you guys. So without further ado, let me explain the format a little bit. The format of a PokenatiLocke is similar to an egg lock. I want you guys to send in Pokemon at their final evolution stage with moves and all, like give them the EV spread, go ahead and give them movesets, give them IVs, give them their beneficial nature. But the Pokemon must be at level 5. Once you send the Pokemon in, it must be at level 5. At the end of this video, I will have a tutorial video on how to gen Pokemon for a specific game, basically showing you people who don't know how to do it, how to do it. Alright, so any Pokemon that I catch in the wild must be released and is traded for a Pokemon that is in the PC. There is no such thing as holding a Pokemon in there, because you know sometimes people get confused and be like, oh well, I had this in here, maybe I can use this. No, I don't want no confusion. This Pokemon will be released. That is aka a sacrifice. Since we are in the Pokenati, we're sacrificing bodies straight up. So it is automatically released. Any Pokemon that is dead will be released. Now in order to make this a little bit more Illuminati like, trainers must not go below 100,000 Pokédollars. Now, basically, I'm gonna put in the game. I'm gonna put in 100,000 Pokédollars, right? That means I cannot sell. I mean, I cannot use any of those like Pokédollars that are there. I can't touch none of that. If it goes below 100,000 Pokédollars, I am forced to sell all my items. All items will be sold. At the point if I become anything lower, if I decide, you know, well, I'm gonna buy this many potions so I can take on this gym, and I accidentally go down. That way I can moderate my spending, because you guys know when you spend it in games, you know, you just bulk up the money and you just go buy a whole bunch of shit. That way you gotta moderate what you're buying, and shit gotta become, you know, more as a challenge. That way you gotta, oh well, let me budget this, you know, because they don't let poor niggas into the Illuminati. It's only rich niggas, right? I think. Alright, to add an alternate twist to make this a little bit more fun, give it a little bit more flavor and a little bit more pizzazz, all trainer and Pokemon gyms will be randomized. All the trainer Pokemon will be randomized, all the gyms will be randomized. That way it's a little bit more challenges. I'm going to implement a legendary Pokemon into this. That way, you know, I get to battle like tougher Pokemon, you know, make this as hard as possible, you know, try to make this one of the best challenges I could possibly make it. Okay, last but not least, standard Nuzlocke rules do apply. So if all my Pokemon white out, that means the Nuzlocke is over. If some of the Pokemon die, you know, you basically gotta wait till the next route to encounter a new Pokemon in order to switch it out to make a sacrifice to get a different Pokemon. So this is kind of like a Nuzlocke Variant, to be honest. It's just added a different name to it, you know, make it a little bit more interesting. Try to make it a little bit more challenging too. That's why I wanted to implement the legendaries. So without further ado, next I'm gonna have a tutorial video basically explaining everything that's gonna come up as it's ready and gonna play out. I'm gonna show you guys how to Pokegen a Pokemon for you guys who do not know how to Pokegen a Pokemon. That way it won't be too much confusion in how to send me files. And actually the link in the description below is where you can send those files to. That way you can send me eggs and not eggs, well, send me Pokemon, you know, send me evolve to their final levels, level 5 Pokemon with EVs and moves, etc. So let's move on.